Good morning. My name is Brad Archer. I'm with the Foundation for America. This morning we're sitting with Major General John Peter Gabriel Muhlenberg, who was once a Lutheran pastor in Woodstock, Virginia, who turned in his black robe for the ambulance of George Washington's Continental Army. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Brad. On January 21st, 1776, I preached my last sermon in Woodstock, Virginia. It is a time for war, and there is a time for peace, taken out of Ecclesiastes chapter 3. 3 months later, I led Virginia's 8th Regiment southward to Charlestown, and later followed all of what George Washington had asked me to do, to Valley Forge, to Monmouth, and other places, Brandywine, and finally at the surrender of Cornwallis at Yorktown. Knowing that I could not return to the pastorate because I had served in the Army, I became vice president to President Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania in 1784, and was selected as a part of the Pennsylvania delegation to serve in the first House of Representatives in 1789, where we debated the Bill of Rights.
A lot of people don't realize, but the Bill of Rights actually needed to be debated.
Well, especially the first Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. For 60 days, we debated that First Amendment because we knew that if the First Amendment was not correct in regards to freedom of religion and freedom of speech and freedom of the press, then none of the other 9 parts of the Bill of Rights would ever be effective or could ever be controlled or could ever be manufactured or manipulated the way they needed to be without that very first one.
And it took 60 days of debate.
The words had to be right. There were all kinds of suggestions on how to do that. Should we put God in there? Should we put the Bible in there? We felt like ultimately that those words that are now used in the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights, after 60 days of debate, making sure that that debate was accurate, making sure that that debate covered everything, we felt that those were the very best words that could ever be printed as the First Amendment to the Bill of Rights.
Now, in our society today, we keep hearing the catchphrase, separation of church and state. Was it the intent during those debates to separate the government from church or from religion?
Well, Brad, you use words that were never heard during those 60 days. The words separation of church and state were never even uttered during those debates. The reason for the First Amendment was to make sure that the government had no ability to control or manipulate the church. However, the government needed to be founded and needed to be, I'm trying to think of the right word for that, needed to be under the control or under the watchful eye of the church. Because if government ever stepped out of the reasons for our deciding on the Bill of Rights, which was the Bible, which was morality, which was decency, then the government would be out of control. It was expected that the church's morality would determine the direction of the government.
Morality and decency, these seem to be mere words when we start looking at the context of the government.
Maybe in your time, but in our time, we believed that morality and religion were the only foundations that could ever support the Constitution as it was written. Because to take away the foundations of the Old and New Testament, the Mayflower Compact, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, to take morality and religion away from any of those foundations would automatically make a nation upheld by the Constitution and the Bill of Rights ineffective and unworkable.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's very clear in America today where we stand with the lack of a moral center. The Foundation for America is striving to teach young people, middle school, high school, and college kids, as well as Americans of all ages and all stripes, that the moral center of America is crucial to the survival of America. We invite you to our website, www.foundationforamerica.com. The foundation works and is able to operate on generous donations by Americans such as you. We invite you to come to our website. We are looking for, in our fund drive, $2,100 donations. For the Foundation for America and John Peter Gabriel Muhlenberg, I'm Brad Archer. Thank you.